UK is home to some of the most beautiful landscapes and also some of the toughest hikes. From rugged mountain trails to treacherous coastal paths, there are plenty of routes to test your mettle. Here are some of the most challenging hikes in the UK that are sure to get your heart pumping. Before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for more exciting videos. The Yorkshire Three Peaks. The Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge is traditionally completed in 12 hours and includes the three tallest mountains in this region. These are Pennine, Whernside, and Ingleborough. The challenge usually starts at Pennine, finishes at Ingleborough, and covers a total hiking distance of 24.5 miles. The mountains are located in a triangle in the Yorkshire Dales. There are 10 miles between Pennine and Whernside. This is one of the hardest hikes in the UK and could be an excellent precursor to the longer and more difficult National Three Peaks Challenge. When you finish the route and head for a pint at the Pennine Cafe at Horton in Ribblesdale, you will feel both exhausted and exhilarated. The Welsh 3000s. How about tackling 15 to 16 peaks in the Snowdonia region of Wales? This is the daunting Welsh 3000s Challenge. This amazing hike covers a distance of 24 miles and is traditionally completed in 24 hours or less. From the summit of Snowdon, the route travels along an epic spine of mountains in Snowdonia National Park and culminates at the peak of Full Frost. This final mountain overlooks Conwy Bay and is a fitting end to this grueling challenge. The whole route is packed full of difficult scrambles, and it is certainly not a hike for the inexperienced walker. The current record stands at an unbelievable 4 hours and 19 minutes. The Pennine Way. For its sheer distance alone, the Pennine Way hiking trail has to be included as one of the most challenging hikes in the UK. From Edale in the Peak District to Kirk Yetholm in the Scottish borders, the country's first national trail travels a whopping 268 miles through the spectacular Yorkshire Dales and Northumberland National Park. Along the way, you will cover the South Pennines, Pennine, and Great Shunner Fell in the Dales, High Cup Nick and Cross Fell in the North Pennines, Hadrian's Wall, and the Cheviot Hills in Northumberland. Allow 2 to 3 weeks to explore this amazing trail, which has some serious hills, lush valleys, and plenty of places to camp overnight. Helvellyn's Swirral Edge Route. Measuring 950 meters, Helvellyn is England's third tallest mountain. This route is a thrilling scramble along a sharp, knife-edge ridge, which takes you along to the mountain's summit. Weather conditions can be very changeable in the mountains, and navigating sections of this ridge can be difficult, especially in bad weather or low visibility. However, with the correct precautions taken and tackling the route in good, clear weather, this scramble is a thrilling challenge for the adventurous hikers among us. Devil's Ridge Mamores, Scotland. Devil's Ridge is the sticking point in the Ring of Stell, a testing circuit among the Mamores, located just across the Glen from Ben Nevis. Start in the car park at Acreopatch. From there, you'll be in a great position to tackle the 10-mile, 12-hour Ring of Stell in a clockwise route, taking you to the summits of Aonach, Stob Cuillian a Chern, and Ambodach before the final negotiation across the Devil's Ridge and up to the final munro of Skyrmheim. The Devil's Ridge is a 1-kilometer undulating ridge with more than a few sections of exposed and jagged rock. You'll have to tackle the ridge's peak, the 900-meter Stob Cuillian a Mail, at its midpoint too. As with any high scramble, the risk of rock slide, falling, and other injuries is high. Plus, it's worth looking out for the steep northern slopes and the two corries ending in abrupt cliffs overlooking the steep Nevis Gorge below. This trail will leave you quaking in your boots. Broad Stand, Scafell. Next, we move on to a shorter but infinitely more dangerous hike. We are, of course, talking about Broad Stand, a shortcut that connects the Mickledore Ridge to the summit of Scafell. This dangerous climb is virtually a complete scramble, and it has claimed many lives over the years. everything about this hike makes it a potential death trap. Firstly, visibility is often poor and can make the trek slow work. Secondly, there are often rock slides and the terrain is incredibly rocky and uneven. The rocks are often slippery, and during colder temperatures, the rocks can retain ice. Despite being quite dangerous, it is a rewarding hike to take. This is not a hiking route that you can attempt unprepared. Aonach Eagach Glen Coe. Glen Coe is packed full of epic mountains and difficult hiking trails. Glen Coe is also home to one of the narrowest ridges in the UK, Aonach Eagach. What makes it even more daunting is that it stands at a mere 3,127 feet high. It has many potential pitfalls and is known as a dangerous spot for hikers. When walking along the ridge, you can enjoy amazing views of Glen Coe, a rugged and dramatic landscape. The total hiking distance is just 6 miles. Regardless, due to the difficult conditions, a typical completion time for this route is between 7 to 9 hours in decent weather conditions. The ascent is a total of 1,100 meters, and during the route, you will summit 2 mountains, Míl Durg and Scór nam Fiannaid. Crib Goch Snowdon Summit. The dreaded Crib Goch path is one of the hardest hikes in the UK. The total hiking distance is just 4.94 kilometers and covers an ascent of 763 meters. Also, the total round-trip time is typically 3.5 to 4 hours. So why is it so difficult? Crib Goch is essentially an exposed scramble. It has many hazards, and the scrambling sections are classified as Grade 1. For the most part, you have to concentrate extremely hard just to maintain your balance and overcome the rocky terrain. This is not a hike for inexperienced walkers. It requires great mental and physical effort and can be potentially dangerous. Some people have compared the ridge to walking along the apex of a steep roof. The Cuillian Ridge Traverse. Set in the heart of Skye, the Cuillian Ridge Traverse is a continuous 7.5-mile scramble and is renowned as being the UK's most demanding ridge. Being Scotland means that the weather can be very changeable, so you'll want to watch the forecast like a hawk before tackling this route. Wet rocks and high winds are not uncommon on the ridge, so it can be a very dangerous route for those who are inexperienced in taking on a scramble of this level. In the right weather conditions, this is a spectacular challenge that boasts nothing but insanely good views the entire way. Coire na Tulaich, Scotland. The Coire na Tulaich is infamous as one of the most dangerous hiking routes in the UK. With 700 meters of ascent over 4 miles and a seriously high avalanche risk in winter, this isn't one to be taken lightly. Coire na Tulaich naturally has all the usual mountainous hazards, but as mentioned above, it's the steep section's avalanche risk that takes this from simply very difficult to OMG difficult. And if that doesn't faze you, it's worth pointing out that Coire na Tulaich has been the site of several fatalities over the years, with thousands of tons of snow coming down the mountain at once. We sincerely appreciate you joining us on this amazing adventure. From Scafell to Snowdon, the UK's mountains are brimming with technical trails and serious scrambles. Most of these trails are not for beginners, so make sure you have plenty of fitness training and experience under your belt before trying them out. For those with an adventurous spirit and an unending love for nature, these are 10 must-see UK trails. This will help you plan your next challenge. If you thought this video was genuinely wonderful, prepare for more amazing adventures in the future. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for more upcoming videos, and stay tuned for more unbelievably wonderful in the next one.